Libyans continue to risk their lives for freedom. As France's top human rights official François Zimmeré stated that the number of protester deaths may have reached 2,000 as of Thursday, February 24th, signs have begun to emerge of increasing assistance by soldiers who support the people's efforts towards democracy and the right to be treated with dignity. Although the country's western regions are still largely dominated by violent pro-government forces, some areas in the east have seen protesters gaining presence and control. In the eastern city of Benghazi, citizens have created an ad hoc government where they are addressing issues such as security, food supplies, public health, and safe evacuation of foreign nationals. International news agency Reuters reported that the Benghazi citizens also apprehended around 12 people said to be mercenaries hired by the government to fire on the protesters, who are now being detained comfortably in a court building until such time as they can be tried in accordance with the law. On Friday, Saif al-Islam, the second son of leader Muammar Gaddafi, announced that the nation's army had been ordered to halt the violence in the two western cities of Misrata and Zawiya, saying that it was hoped an agreement would be reached between the army and the protesters within a day. At the same time, as reports of violence continued in other parts of the country, the U.S. government on Friday suspended embassy operations in the Libyan capital of Tripoli. After speaking with French President Nicolas Sarkozy, UK Prime Minister David Cameron, Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, and Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan about a coordinated response, US President Barack Obama also decided to impose sanctions, with additional United Nations penalties possible as the international community joins in urging the Libyan government to immediately halt the killing and use of force against fellow citizens.
Foreign governments' efforts to swiftly evacuate their citizens from the volatile atmosphere have been hindered by difficulties. British Prime Minister David Cameron has apologized for delays in getting charter flights into Libya as the nation has encountered obstacles to security clearance as well as problems with the aircraft. The British and German governments both sent warships as well, with the HMS Cumberland transferring 200 Britons safely from the port city of Benghazi to Malta. Canada sent a military aircraft from Germany and another charter from Jordan, with many Canadians whose evacuations were also assisted by countries like Spain, UK, and Malta. Other countries also sent military aircraft to safely return their citizens, while the first of several flights chartered by British oil company BP, carrying nearly 100 passengers, also began arriving at the home destination of Gatwick Airport.
Despite these efforts, thousands of foreign nationals from around the world still remain without transportation at various ports in the Tripoli airport. There, the scene is said to be one of chaos, with around 10,000 people, some of whom have been waiting for days, coping with inadequate food, water, and sanitation. Around 20,000 others departed from Libya on their own, many on foot, crossing borders into neighboring countries like Tunisia and Egypt. These and other bordering nations have shown their hospitality, with chiefs and elders of various Egyptian tribes expressing their support for the protesters by sending humanitarian aid and medicine. Tunisians have also been showing their solidarity on the western border by rapidly organizing blood drives, setting up field hospitals, and sending convoys of food and medicine. Kuwaiti Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah and the United Arab Emirates President Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan have also ordered humanitarian aid be delivered quickly to the Libyan people.
The uprisings in the Middle East and Northern Africa have emboldened people across the globe to overcome their fears and speak up for their rights, with pro-democracy demonstrations that have arisen in Bahrain, Bolivia, Cameroon, China, Honduras, India, Lebanon, Morocco, Palestine, Panama, Yemen, and Zimbabwe, as well as Croatia, where people are calling for a change in government, and North Korea, where they are demanding food security and living condition improvements.
Governments around the region and the world are also paying more attention to the demands of the people and have responded with measures that attempt to address citizens' needs. Tunisia has removed a book ban and announced a job plan, while Syria's government seeks to reduce hunger through a cash payment plan for vulnerable families, as it pledges to reduce taxes on certain goods. Jordan's cabinet has passed new laws making it easier for people to organize protests, as well as promising to restore a government organization that ensures the less fortunate can afford basic goods. On Friday in Bahrain, as tens of thousands of people marched in the largest protest ever to converge on Pearl Square, asking for a constitutional monarchy with an elected and term-limited prime minister, Arab television stations reported that King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa fired 3 cabinet ministers for creating crisis amid the nation's unrest.
As we sorrow for the lives lost, we pray that with heaven's blessings all people are protected and that the conflicts may cease, bringing tranquility among all nations in shared freedom, dignity, and respect.